Are you living like a zombie where every waking moment of your life is a tiring experience? You got no energy, you feel low all the time, basically you're not productive. If so, I want to identify what your problems are and offer you 5 solutions in fixing them forever. So let's break this down. First of all, the underlying cause behind this tiredness for the vast majority of you is the lack of sleep, especially since you're a lifter. You see, when you lift weights, you can't be doing what regular people are doing, where you're partying all night, then you wake up in the morning rather early and you go to work. That is going to result in you being tired. You see, welcome to the serious lifter land where extra sleep is required. So if you got away with doing 5 to 6 hours of sleep a night when you were a college student, well, if you're a serious lifter trying to maximize his gains, you cannot get away with that. So the result is that if you attempt to sleep like regular people, you're going to be more drained than a regular person. A regular guy does not even lift. What stress is there on the body? What recovery does he have to go through? He's not experiencing soreness. He's not experiencing tiredness from his gym workouts or fatigue or any of these factors. So for him, he can easily sleep less. But for you, a serious lifter, you can't be sleeping 5-6 hours a night. I'm sorry. You got to at least add 1 to 2 hours over the regular, okay? So yeah, I recommend for you sleep at least 7 to 9 hours a night. Now, I know some of you guys will say, well, Alex, it's not feasible. I'm awake at night. So what do I do to fall asleep? Well, in that case, I got some advice for you. First of all, you need to stop using your computer or your cell phone so much before you go to bed, because that is wiring you up like crazy, especially if you're doing video games. If you play video games at night and you got the screen glaring in your face, that's a lot of blue light. The result is that you will not be able to fall asleep. That's why if you have kids, your teenagers probably have a difficult time going to bed because they're constantly on their damn phones and computers. So what you need to do is eliminate a lot of the blue light. Now, there's 2 ways you could do this. Number 1, stop playing your computer or being on it at least 1-2 hours before you go to bed. Yeah, that means going old school by reading a fucking book or something like that. Or you can get an app called Flux or any other app for that matter that reduces the blue light on your screen. This way, it's going to be less glare in your face. And that can make a massive difference. Easily add 1 to 2 hours of sleep at night because it's going to tire you out faster. Trust me, it's a lot easier to fall asleep when you don't have a lot of blue light in your face than if it's freaking glaring like crazy, especially on an online video game. So you got to reduce your blue light because that's what nature intended you to be like. You're supposed to go down with the sun. Another piece of advice is to listen to an audiobook right before you go to bed. There's something magical about audiobooks. It's kind of like listening, like, you know, when you were a kid and you'd read a bedtime story or something, it kind of puts you back in that mode, man. When you listen to an audiobook before you go to bed, it's like instant fall asleep. Like, I've known people with insomnia, man. When they listen to an audiobook, right, it's so soothing. They just, boom, they knock the hell out. Then they wake up and they got their phone right next to them. That could happen. So I recommend that you find some books that you want to read and you just lie down in your bed for the next hour or so and you listen to an audiobook, and eventually you're just going to fall asleep. Because here's what you have to understand, right? When most people go to bed, they're thinking. They're in their bed thinking about their life, thinking about what's going to go on tomorrow, what happened today, all kinds of factors which energizes them and keeps them awake. Now, when you listen to an audiobook, you're being put in the moment, you know? It's just you're listening to a voice, it's passive, and that's the only thing in the world that you're concentrating on. Okay, so that is going to allow you to fall asleep much easier than if you have a million things in your head. Okay, so audiobooks are a must, if you ask me, if you want to make it easier to go to bed. I do it all the time, and it has made all the difference. Like, literally, if I put on an audiobook, in less than an hour, I'm down to bed. Like, let's say 30 minutes or so, boom, knock the hell out, okay? My next tip is to have carbohydrates before you go to bed, because this will actually make it easier to fall asleep. You know how sometimes if you have a big meal of pasta, say you went to your grandmother's house, you have a big ass meal of pasta, maybe some wine to go with it, you feel sleepy after? Well, that's typically the carbs doing their work. So I recommend that you have a smoothie before you go to bed. This way, it does not affect digestion too much, you know? And that's going to, again, assist you in being able to fall asleep. You don't actually have to take melatonin, right? Although that is certainly an option if you really, really need it. But I would say go the natural way. Have carbs before bed. Could be any form you like. I like smoothies, and it's going to make a massive difference. And then my final piece of advice in regards to sleeping is, guess what? Not to oversleep. Now, I know you're a lifter and you require a little bit extra, but if you're sleeping like 12 hours a night, or you're really overdoing it, and you're sleeping all day and you're waking up late, that's a problem. That's a problem because you're going to be lazy. You're going to be lazy, and when you wake up, you're going to be tired. So you need to make sure that you're not oversleeping, because that is also an issue, all right? And with that said, that's pretty much all I got to say about sleep. Let's move on to the other topics. Secondly is the micronutrients, okay? Now, you've all heard about if it fits your macros, where you got to hit your carbs, fat, and protein for the day. And if you do that, you'll be able to lose fat, gain weight, maintain your weight, whatever. It's pretty much you're optimizing your nutrition, right? Now, most guys do this fairly well. When they go on MyFitnessPal and they shove in all their foods, they do a pretty damn good job. But they consistently fail on getting the micronutrients. And you see, you can be eating in a calorie maintenance or a calorie surplus, but if you're deficient in micronutrients, you're going to lack energy. You absolutely will. So what you need to start doing is evaluating yourself. Honestly, are you eating enough fruits and vegetables? I would say most lifters aren't. Even some of the serious guys on YouTube are not. They got all kinds of deficiencies. As a lifter, you should be eating about 8 to 10 servings of fruits and veggies a day. Yeah, that's right. That means with every meal, there should be fruits and vegetables. Or if not every meal, you got to have one big meal which contains it all. For me, I put vegetables in all my meals, maybe a fruit as a snack, but then in the morning and at night, I'll have smoothies, high antioxidant smoothies. So you got to get your micros, buddy. And a lot of guys are not getting it. They end up getting dark circles under their eyes and they feel tired all the time. Like, have a high antioxidant smoothie, man. Have some berries, have a lot of fruits and veggies. You're going to feel much, much more energetic and you're going to look less tired as well. Your face is going to look younger on top of that. Okay, same thing for the hydration. If you hydrate yourself, you're going to have more energy than if your piss is like fucking, like butter, like yellow. The third reason why you're always tired is that you're not moving enough. This is a very, very big problem, especially for guys who are into strength training, because what happens is you end up with a lot of muscle mass, right? And you're pretty strong, but you got no cardiovascular fitness, and the majority of your day you're sitting down. So what you need to do to combat this is, well, first of all, if you work at an office job, every 30 to 60 minutes or so, you should be able to get up from your chair and walk a little bit. Get some circulation going in your body. A lot of gamers actually die from sitting too much, right? It's not good to sit that much. When you sit so much, it makes you tired. That's why office workers, right? They're not doing anything physical, but at the end of the day, they're so drained. It's because they're sitting on a fucking chair all day and they're using their brain. They're thinking, they're typing, So sitting all day is a bad idea. You want to move your body. And I recommend cardiovascular activity every single day. Low intensity, it's not going to beat up your joints. It's good for your health. I recommend 20 to 90 minutes of cardio every single day, right? And if you want to get more intense, you can do boxing rounds. You can do whatever you like, but move your body a little bit. Stop sitting so much. Try to move. If you can get a standing desk, that would be fantastic. If you're going to get a treadmill while you're doing work, that would be even better. But that's kind of like next level shit. But the point is, walk, move your body, get some circulation, and you'll feel much, much better for it. I know for me, the times where I feel the most tired is when I'm sitting in a chair all day gaming. Real talk. Or even if I'm not gaming. If you just sit in a chair or if you just lie down on the couch all day, you become lazy, you become tired. So move your body and you're actually going to be less tired. I know you would think that moving makes you feel tired because you're using a lot of muscles and you got to put energy, but no, it's the opposite. Moving provides circulation, it gives you energy. Okay, so move your body. Stop being so sedentary. My next piece of advice is to cool it with the time-wasting activities, okay? Because you'll find that if you just do bullshit stuff every single day, you'll become a lazy person. And when you become lazy, you become tired. That's just how it works. So if you're sitting in your mother's basement playing video games all day, that's what you do on the weekends. Guess what? You're going to feel tired. You're going to look tired. You're going to feel tired. And then when you got to go to the gym, you're going to feel like, it's going to feel awkward. Because you're not supposed to be doing that shit. Same thing if you're on your phone all day. If you're on the couch lying down and you're on Facebook, Instagram, just liking shit all day, you're wasting your time and ultimately you're going to get tired. You'll find, guys, that time-wasting activities drain you more than anything else. It's a total drain. Same thing if you're just shopping on the internet. If you're on the internet, right, and you're looking for new clothes or new accessories or whatever, and you're just shopping all day from morning to night, you're going to get tired. You're going to feel tired, you're going to feel drained. Same thing if you're playing video games. Video games, primarily time-wasting activities. Same thing for movies. Same thing for TV shows, especially TV shows, actually, because you can go through multiple episodes at a time, That's going to drain you. So stay away from time-wasting activities for the most part. If you want to do that, set a certain time of the day where you're going to dedicate yourself, all right? Maybe at nighttime after everything's done for the day. But during your day, if you're just wasting your life on these video games and movies and TV shows and all this stuff, anime, you're going to feel drained and tired. And I know that everything I'm saying sounds a little bit weird because nothing that we're doing is physical. But the fact that you're just so lazy, it makes you tired. I'm telling you, laziness makes you tired. It's just the way that it fucking works. And the final reason why you're tired is because you're overworking or overreaching, or maybe even overtraining. Depends on how you put it, okay? For the lifter perspective, You're probably doing too much in the gym and you're not able to recover from it. And the result is that you feel tired in your everyday activities, especially if you have a competition coming up and you're really pushing your body to the maximum. Your intensity is mad high. You're pushing yourself, pushing in the gym. That's going to make you more tired, whether you're sleeping or not. The fact is, when you put your body through tremendous stress, it's going to make you more tired in your everyday life. So I can see that happening, especially if you're running a shit program and you're constantly overreaching or even reaching a state of overtraining, which is a real condition, by the way. If you look at an exercise science book, overtraining is like the highest thing. It's very hard to reach, but it's actually a medical problem where you get really sick and you can be hospitalized for it. So that's like the extreme. It rarely ever happens, but it is real. But most guys actually get overreached, not overtrained. But yeah, lifters, if you're overreaching constantly, you're going to get tired in those overreaching phases, just how it is, okay? Especially if your program is not properly periodized. You can watch my fitness videos where I discuss more about optimal programming. Now, in regards to overworking, again, this is going to cause you to be tired. So I talked about how laziness will make you tired, but there's also the other extreme. If you work too much, it has the same effect, you know? And if you're working a strenuous job, like many hours a week, if you got multiple jobs, again, you're going to be tired. So this is not really something that I can help you with. At the end of the day, you have to figure out what matters to you in your life, and you got to take care of yourself. But recognize that if you are overworking yourself, you got no balance to your life, then you can expect to be tired. That's just how it is. And I wish you the best during these times. If this is what you're going through, you know, try to maximize your other factors like I talked about in this video. But yeah, recognize that overworking will lead to stress, will lead to anxiety. It'll make you more tired. It'll make you feel drained. And it's harder to feel energetic when you're constantly working on something 24/7. Like I know when I was writing Naturally Enhanced, that shit consumed my soul. I had no life. I locked myself in my room for days, you know, just writing, and just thinking about this book. And it consumed my life. Result is that you feel tired. So yeah, if you're overworking or overreaching, that's probably a reason right there. And in that case, I mean, you got to optimize your programming or optimize whatever you're doing with your life. And that's something that you got to figure out for yourself. So with that said, folks, that's really all I got to say about feeling tired all the time. I hope this video gave you a better idea as to why you're feeling this way. I'd like to hear some more suggestions down below. Why do you feel tired? What advice do you got for the viewers? And with that said, I'll talk to you all next time.